South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Nancy, you were present at today's press conference on the formula shortage. What's your takeaway?
Well, certainly it's a crisis of Joe Biden's own creation. Everything, as Jim Jordan said just previously, costs more in this country, from clothing and food to gasoline. I just filled up my truck last week. It cost me $100 to do that. And you're seeing massive formula shortages across the nation. 26 states are reporting 40 to 50% shortage in their states. A result of tariffs on imports, on regulation hurdles, on European imports of baby formula. It has to do with a recall by Abbott as well. And there are answers. We should look at trying to provide the best formula we can as quickly as possible. There is emergency formula that is often available at hospitals that could be used in different states across the country that are seeing these shortages. And we should all be supporting Congresswoman Stephanie Bice's bill. This is a major issue, and I hope that we get to the bottom of it. But I'll tell you, I sit on 3 committees, as you know, one of them being oversight. We haven't had a serious conversation or hearing about the supply chain issues facing our country since the start of COVID.
Yeah, I know you're a mom, and as a father that's through that phase of having baby formula, I can't imagine parents right now not being able to find formula, and that would be a problem every single meal, yet Congress isn't planning on having a meeting on it till the 24th. What's your thought on that?
Well, if you can find it, then can you afford it, right? Because the cost of everything has gone up. And I will tell you, last year when we were having an immigration crisis, the Oversight Committee had one hearing about the border. And guess what? It was about the northern border, not the southern border. So it seems to me everything we do up here, when guided by Democrats who are in the majority, is the opposite of what we should be doing. We should be looking long and hard at regulations that keep us from producing more formula at a cheaper price. We should look at lifting tariffs on imports of formula from other countries. We can get to the bottom of this and provide a solution very quickly if we take this issue seriously. But like everything else, Joe Biden has endorsed protests at the homes of Supreme Court justices. He doesn't take any of these issues seriously. This one affects American children across the entire nation.
Yeah, that's a great point. We're talking, of course, about what the administration kind of isn't doing. But one owner of a key baby formula manufacturing plant is claiming that it could take up to 10 weeks to get formula back on the shelves. But the question is, what will families do in the meantime? I mean, we know, again, what the administration isn't doing or is not doing fast enough.
If you're a mother and you're dependent on...
Go ahead.
Right. And if you're a mother dependent on baby formula, I apologize. It's kind of loud to hear and the volume's gone down a little bit. But if you're a mom looking for baby formula and it's empty on the shelves, I don't know what you do. I think it's really problematic what we have going on right now. We should be looking at ways that we can support the agriculture community, looking at ways that we can improve imports from other countries that maybe are not having these kinds of shortages. We should look at emergency formulas that are used at hospitals and getting them into stores, and looking at where the communities that are hit hardest and moving resources to those areas so they can feed their families.
Congresswoman, I don't know if you've seen it, but there are reports that the Biden administration has been shipping pallets of baby formula to migrant holding facilities along the border. This is what Congresswoman Kat Cammack discovered. She says, listen to her.
Cue a conversation and a series of text messages that I received last night from one of our Border Patrol agents down in Texas, right at the border. He says, Kat, you would not believe the shipment that I just brought in. He is saying that his own children can't get food, baby formula for his grandkids. But he, as a Border Patrol agent, just took in pallets of baby formula for all of the illegals that are crossing into the United States.
Yeah, and in fact, Congresswoman, you probably don't have a monitor there, but we're going to show in a second pictures that the Congresswoman released showing baby formula in migrant facilities, pictures of those, and then juxtaposed against pictures of empty shelves here in the United States. I wanted to get your response.
Well, it's insanity, and I want to praise Congresswoman Kat Cammack for bringing this to Americans' attention. This certainly isn't putting America first. And if you all recall last year when COVID-19 was getting heated with the Joe Biden administration, they were requiring vaccinations of our Border Patrol agents, and yet weren't testing for COVID of illegal immigrants crossing the border, weren't mandating that they get vaccinated, weren't mandating that they wear masks, putting all these mandates on our soldiers, on our Border Patrol, and our ICE agents, and yet they let these illegal immigrants come here and get a free education, free healthcare, free baby formula even. And as a mom, I want all children, no matter where they come from, to be able to get fed. But also, we have true needs with our citizens in this country, and we should be putting our country and our people first right now.
Yeah, that's a great point. Nancy, my grandmother had a saying, charity begins at home. And, in this case, it's like we've got to take care of Americans first. As you said, we don't want any baby to go hungry, but it's got to start here. It's got to start with Americans who are struggling, right?
Oh, absolutely. And there are a lot of NGOs and a lot in the faith community who do help immigrants, when they are here, and those children, especially when they don't have parents coming through, and there is compassion there. So we've got to be able to be sure that we have food on the shelves for our families. That comes first no matter what.
All right. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.